welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, a comic astrologer, and this is the second part of my video series about astrological synchronicities, and I'm going to show you amazing details about Timothée Chalamet's horoscope at this time. The 26-year-old Timothée Chalamet is one of the most talented actors of his generations. Despite of his young age, he plays in a so natural and captivating way in his movies that as a viewers we absolutely believe him that the character is actually himself he is playing. There is nothing to wonder because he gives his soul to the world with his moon in Pisces. He puts his heart and soul in what he's doing and he's ready to die for the world in his roles. The moon in Pisces symbolizes the unconditional love, empathy, sensitivity and helpfulness. With the moon in the 8th house, he shows and gives us his heart. Moreover, sometimes he gives donation to communities. The moon has a decile aspect to the asteroid Abundantia. That means he is always able to help others and always knows how to help them. Somebody who has the moon in Pisces is so sensitive, intuitive and emotional. The one can feel others without saying any words. The Pisces soul can feel you and know what you need. The notion of die in an astrological point of view means transubstantiation. That is like the water takes on the shape of its environment. The one is able to feel everything at the same time, including higher dimensions either. Interesting thing is his other name, the hal, means in Hungarian fish. And the zodiac sign is always used in plural form, so the Pisces in Hungarian is halak. And the word hal is the root of many other Hungarian words that are all refers to the Pisces analogies. As an actor, Timothée's greatest talent is that he can show the world his vulnerability, sensitivity and the deepest levels of his soul. By that he can show the audience the dramatic side and harsh reality of life. His popularity may be due to his abilities to evoke empathy and love by his acting and his special energy around his physical appearance. That's why his co-actors like being with him. They can be filled up by his higher frequencies. Timothée's work ethic is outstanding. He can learn anything for the sake of a movie role, as he did for the role of Elio in the Call Me By Your Name. He learned to play the piano and guitar, ride a bike, talking in Italian and so on. What he does it in a 100% way that the Sun-Saturn quintile aspect shows in his horoscope. At the age of 22, Timothée Chalamet was one of the youngest nominees for the Oscar award, and he was also nominated for numerous movie awards. As far as I counted well, he has won altogether 39 awards so far, and this is just the beginning. Timothée Chalamet was born on the 27th of December in 1995 in New York into a French-American bilingual family that is absolutely fits his personality markers in his horoscope. He can easily change things, places, languages, feelings or thoughts in a second in a spontaneous, instinctive way. If we have a look at his natal chart, we can see he arrived with Virgo rising sign, Sun in Capricorn and Moon in Pisces. He is so practical, perfectionist and sensitive. The earth element and the cardinal quality are dominant in his personality. Furthermore, his higher self can be described with Capricorn, so Timothée is smart and skillful. He wants to fulfill huge achievements. He never puts up with the average. Sometimes he is critical and strict to himself, but the love of his fans can solve these kind of discomforts. The most important goals of his life are shown by the Sun in the 5th house that sets special goals for him in the field of self-fulfillment, like glowing and splendidness, reaching the peaks of peaks, the best things in his life that he is supposed to gain by his diligence, endurance, self-sufficiency, sometimes struggling with his inner loneliness, enduring to the end. The experiences of previous lives are symbolized by the mean node in the Aries that shows he had many lives with much struggle, courage and physical strength that can be and should be balanced by diplomacy, harmony, sophistication, refinement and chivalry. That's why the chart ruler, the Chiron, the ruler of Virgo, is in the same sign as the true node in Libra. His karmic goal is living in peace and harmony. But if he has to defend himself, or he is driven to the wall, he can strike back dynamically and protect himself or the truth. As for the numerological view of Timothee's birthday, his character number is 9. That is a very special number, the most magical number of the universe. The 9 includes all the energies of other figures. It symbolizes love and wisdom. Nikola Tesla thought it is the number of the universe. Timothée is 27 years old this December, and the next numerological year is also 9, that refers to changes. Something is ending and something new is arriving in his life. The number of 9 in tarot, the hermit, is also the symbol of wisdom, release, self-devotion, new goals, and love. Timothée Chalamet gets the world's attention not only by his acting, but his dressing style is also remarkable. Many stylist experts are keen on his wearing apparels. As for a British fashion magazine, Timothée was the best dressed man in the world in 2020. He got the first place on a list with 50 men. Brad Pitt was the second best. His super sensitivity that comes from his rising sign and moon sign can be eased by the Chiron in Libra a little bit. By that he shows perfect elegance with poker face covering his sensitive side. The Chiron is the symbol of the karmic wounds in Libra. It shows that the success and the focus of his attention is connected to the harmonic appearance, money and balance, referring to everything. Timothee's beauty, harmony inside and outside, is a karmic bonus for him that is shown by the second house. The karmic wound can be healed in that way if he shows his harmony physically beyond harking to his financial situation. The excessive self-criticism should be replaced by natural self-acceptance and healthy self-esteem, that if Timothée could realize, he fulfills his destiny and karmic duties as well. The self-serving, combative behavior should be replaced by the peaceful, balanced attitude and objectivity, but being careful not to go over the falls as for the compromises. One condition of this is strengthening his self-confidence, that is indicated by the Moon-Jupiter 90-degree aspect in mutable quality and chart ruler in the second house. That means he has almost reached these karmic goals. Anyway, as for his past lives, his natal chart shows that his soul has experiences inter alia at the ancient Greek, Egyptian and Scythian Hungarian times as well. It seems to be that everyone who knows or sends his soul would like to have a piece of him or the energy he owns. The Venus, Uranus, Neptune parallels show that his love life is mostly special, unusual or etherical, beyond space and time, and the Juno-Neptune shows that once he loves someone, he loves that person faithfully and from all of his heart. Timothée is one of the most popular #internet boyfriend. That is no wonder. In addition, he also always so kind to his fans. He gives autograph on everything he is asked for. Someone asked him to signature his hamburger, not to mention the peach. Speaking of his signature, let's have a look at it for a moment. His writing style is dynamical and energetic. He is characterized by extraordinary intelligence, intellectually and spirituality, high IQ with huge plans and desires, artistic sense. His goals are referred to the highest levels. There are lots of humor and playfulness in his personality, and his private life relates to his official life. It is absolutely obvious that his hobby is his profession. He is precise and accurate, and after a while he can teach that he had learned during his work. His handwriting is like the text would fly up, so his enthusiasm and huge plans are absolutely shown by his handwriting as well. When I could see Timothee's photos at first time, I felt as if I looked pictures in a Greek mythological book. Timothee's face and eyes are as if he was an ageless, timeless creature with eternal youth and immortality, with a very deep wisdom and knowledge, owning the feminine and masculine quality at the same time. These characteristics usually refers to a typical Capricorn, but his Saturn parallels with the Nymph asteroid and the true node with Hebe that eventuates these features. If I have to name a Greek god that Timothée Chalamet reminds me the most, I would unambiguously say Hermes, who was the son of Zeus and Maya, the soul escort, the messenger between the gods. Hermes was the only one god who could go to different places and worlds. Hermes' astrological symbol is the planet Mercury that refers to the intellectual and learning abilities, agility, willingness, eloquence, and many other thinking energy. Hermes in many ancient myths is a magical figure who has a magic shoe with that he can run on earth and water. He knows the dream magic and the healing herbs. It is not a coincidence that his magic wand, the caduceus, the symbol of cure, it resembles to the DNA spiral, and the two snakes form the number figure 8, that is the symbol of rebirthing and natural recovery and self-healing abilities. So, of course, I have checked the asteroid Hermes in Timothée's natal chart, and it wasn't a surprise that it was on his sun in extreme declination, so he can own the highest levels of the abilities of Hermes, like cultivation, higher and cosmic knowledge, quick learning, 7-mile thinking, soul escorting qualities, and so on. If we check the transcendental levels of a horoscope, like the asteroids, we can fine-tuning and coloring the interpretation of someone's personality. With the rising sign, there is the Merlin asteroid that gives Timothée's physical appearance magical energy, but this asteroid symbolizes ancient magical knowledge, personal seducement, and previous lives on the British Islands as well. With the Mars, there is the Thalia asteroid that is the symbol of acting and poetry, indicating that Timothée's most powerful desires are definitely refers to every kind of acting. The Neptune is with the Orpheus asteroid that is the symbol of music and poetry. And the perfect quintile triangle shows a special talent and ingenuity with destiny-forming self-discipline. The wisdom that comes from this triangle is available for his next lives as well. The Sun goes with Hermes asteroid and Bienor Centaur that brings self-confident creativity and strong belief in his own path for him, because the one must believe in himself in that case as well if nobody does it. Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, parallel aspects brings speaking and learning qualities, brilliant memory. The Sun-Mars Thalia parallels gives Timothée willpower, masculine energy, vitality that he can mostly show in his roles, like in the King. And by the Moon-Merlin parallel connection, he has special talent for sense things that others are not able to. His intuition must be remarkable. Timothée Chalamet has been to Hungary many times because some scenes of The King and Dune were shot in Hungary, like Szilvásvárad, Páty and Komárom. The following list of asteroids can show that Hungary was one of the locations during his past lives. Balaton is the biggest lake in Hungary, and Danubia is the river of the capital city Budapest. It is also interesting that the Hungaria asteroid is with his Uranus and vertex point in his natal chart. Timothée Chalamet's great success and popularity started with the movie Call Me By Your Name that can be revealed in his natal chart as well. It is amazing. There is an asteroid named Italia that is in Aries, and there is an asteroid with the name of Cremona too that is in Scorpio, aspecting his Mercury, Neptune and Juno in his horoscope that indicates deep emotions for the Italian area. And the 5th house means success and happiness as well. During the filmmaking, the Italia asteroid went around his rising sign, that is himself, and the 1st house is the life path in a horoscope, and the Cremona went through the Gemini sign in his 10th house, that is the house of profession, career and future. It is absolutely shows his success. What's more, I could find an asteroid naming with Elliot that was close to the transit in Cremona. It is incredible. Hereupon I had a try and looked for another asteroid naming Armand and I was astonished to realize, yes, there is an asteroid with the name of Armand Hammer. This asteroid was named after the actor's great-grandfather in 1982, who was an influential businessman. The Armand Hammer asteroid is in Capricorn at the 3rd degree in Timothee's horoscope, but during that summer in 2016 it was around the 28th degree exactly on his Uranus and vertex point that indicates unbreakable bond and friendship between them. I also found an asteroid with the name of Oliver's that was with the transiting Mars in his 4th house that can sign in an older man from his past. During the shooting, the Uranus and the Aries were on his south node, by that everything had changed so fast and suddenly, and Timothée handled his fast and huge success properly. The world premiere of the movie is also shown by his horoscope. The Uranus and the Sun indicated huge and amazing success all over the world. The Chiron on the Moon and the Vesta on his Pluto shows that his karmic healing and vows had been accomplished. If we have a glance to his prognosis chart in the solar arc, we can see the Sun on his natal Uranus bringing all the best success and popularity in his life. Everything that Timothée Chalamet had been waiting for a long time. I had a quick try with the movie The King that also turns up in Timothée's horoscope. That's crazy. The Henry asteroid in Aries had been illuminated by the solar arc moon during the shooting, and the transiting Henry asteroid touched his Uranus. That was also illuminated by the Sun in solar arc. The King asteroid is in Capricorn in his 5th house. That was activated by the Moon in progression, and the transiting King asteroid was in his 10th house, the career house, and the Hungaria asteroid was exactly on his natal Sun during the shooting, and the solar arc Sun illuminated his Uranus. Huge success had been guaranteed again, and the Hermes asteroid strengthened his speaking abilities as well. It can still be intensified, namely there is an asteroid with the name of Robert Pattinson's 2. A Russian astronomer named it for Pattinson for his wife's sake in 2009. The Pattinson asteroid is not too relevant in Timothée's horoscope. It is in Pisces in his natal chart, and at the time of shooting it was on his Lilith asteroid in Aries. That is the symbol of rebellion against injustice. Timothée Chalamet is coming to Hungary again this summer to shoot the second part of the Dune, when the astrological positions will absolutely support his work. The Hermes asteroid on his moon will give him emotional motivation for his speech. The False Centaur will strengthen his intuitive and meditative abilities, and the Kuar Centaur will bring up some artistic power, while Hunia asteroid will be transiting on his Sun, and the Hungaria asteroid will show up on his chart ruler, the Chiron. That's all for now. I wish Timothée Chalamet so much more success in his new endeavors. All the best, and I hope he can realize everything he had dreamt about. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you liked it, put a like on it, comment it, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day. See you next time.